how do they know so much about who is doing what? Well, they know because when every time you click somewhere, and that's what they say in the documentary, every time you click somewhere, they know how long you click, where's your mouse, they know all this. They track this all the time. Whenever you like a photo, whenever you don't like a photo, when you comment on stuff, they know. And they know what you comment on from who. And the more you use those sites, the more they know you. And what happens is that at a point, they can tell advertisers who have money to spend, guys like me, hey, do you want people who like Kizomba and Spotify and thing to know about your newest song? Yeah, give us 20, 10, 5, 50, a million. And they're much better than TV, because when you put an ad on TV, you know that most people, they're not watching, or maybe that's when they go to the toilet break, whatever. When you are showing the ad on Facebook or Instagram, this ad is shown exactly, they know when they show it to you because they know your behavior. And it's a pretty effective system. The only problem is that it has created, and that's what you will see in the documentary when you watch it, it has created social disturbance, if I can say, because they made the platforms make you react to a certain way, and the more you believe something, the more the platform shows you posts and people that believe the same thing as you. So now you live in an echo chamber where you only see things that you believe. So if you believe the earth is flat, you will start seeing a bunch of posts that tell you that the earth is flat, and you will start having a lot of people saying the same thing as you appear in your newsfeed. Why? Because the algorithm deemed that is the best way for you to stay on the platform, read the stuff, the nonsense that you believe in, so that they can put some ads in there. And more, those who believe in Trump only talk between themselves. The racists only talk between themselves. The people who believe that the pro-black, they all talk between themselves. The people who believe that whatever they believe, they all between themselves. And whenever you come and disagree with them, they now have these swarm ways. Like, say anything about Beyonce, even if you're not critiquing, you just say, man, this song is great, but I prefer the other one. You might have a bunch of beehive come and start insulting you. And more this became dangerous because of the idea that the internet would be the new revolution, the new Far West, the place where everybody can have everybody can have a voice. This opened the Pandora box of all the people who should not have a voice. But at the same time, who am I to say that that person cannot have a voice and I can? Because I decide that this person is not intelligent or crazy or racist or whatever. Who decides, right? And at the same time, without the internet, without YouTube, without those platforms, I wouldn't be there talking to you. Because it cost me nothing. It cost me just my internet connection. Okay, I bought my camera, my lights, my microphone, my stuff, but I don't pay the price it costs to have my image and my voice sent to the internet, right? So it's a real dilemma. And this is why they called it the social dilemma, because it's undeniable that the internet and the social networks changed the world. Thanks to the social network, I met Moto Music. Twitter. We met on Twitter. We started talking on Twitter, and then we moved from there, and now we talk on the phone. Thanks to social media, I talked to Soñador, to Abju, and if it was not for the social media, I wouldn't have a career. Because I decided to leave the career as a performer, performing from club to club, and make all my money online. And without those platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, I might be forgotten now, right? So I cannot complain about those platforms because YouTube pays my rent. YouTube has been paying my rent for 10 years. YouTube sends me, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 euros every month. Just from views of music videos, from Club Shada, from super chats, from people replaying my videos, etc., etc. So at the same time, you cannot complain about them, but at the same time, the way they make money at some point is irresponsible, because a lot of people now, because of the way they designed it so that the dopamine, right? The dopamine excites you, makes you feel a way when somebody follows you, when you get a like. When you don't get a like, you feel depressed. You start believing that, let's say you post a photo and you have 100 likes. And then every time you post a photo, you get 100 likes. And you're like, oh, it's amazing. I have 100 people liking my, oh, wow, that's a lot of likes. Okay, cool. But one day you post a photo and for whatever reason, you were in a bikini suit and you're showing a little bit of your ass for whatever reason, because it was a nice photo, you liked it. And all of a sudden you have like 5,000 likes and everybody's like, oh my God, fire. Ah. This will create in you a feeling of, oh my God, like fame, the worst drug in the world. And then after a day or two, you post another photo, a normal photo, and now you're back to 50 likes. And now you feel depressed. This is how some people feel. And then all of a sudden, they will post another photo showing a little more of their nakedness or whatever, just to get the likes. But when you think about it, the likes doesn't pay your rent. But a lot of people are so obsessed with having likes that they change their behavior to just for the likes. I'm 46. And I've been famous for 20 years, if not more. And before even releasing my album, I was already famous in the underground. I was already liked by the girls. And so it's hard to impress me with these things, even if, hey, it's cool. Yeah, I had a few likes in the photo. I'm happy, but this doesn't create, I know how to take my distance from these things. My daughter is 3 years old. She's gonna live in a world where they will have social networks, profiles, and people commenting on your photos. And sometimes the people comment on your photos and they say the craziest stuff. Oh, you ugly. Oh my God, what a cow. Because people are speaking to screens, typing on their phones. They don't see the feelings. They don't see what it feels when you receive some of this stuff. Listen, I've been releasing songs for years. When I released my first album, a lot of people start coming to the internet and saying, yo, he doesn't know how to sing. what a bad music. This guy, he's African, he's an African doing zouk. What the fuck? What is doing here? Why is he stealing our culture? And then you had the Congolese people. Who do you think you are? Why are you not doing Congolese music? Fuck this guy. Now he's doing Coupe de Calais. So yeah, you eat everywhere. You are. I just wanted to make good music. And trust me, when it's your first album, you're young. So 1998, my first album, so 22 years ago. You just want people to love you. That's why you make music. You want to express yourself and you want people to love your music. You are not here to express anything else than what you have in your heart, right? And now you have people coming, why don't you use your music to talk about this subject that I'm interested in? Why don't you talk about this? Why don't you talk about the situation in there? Why don't you talk about this? Why don't you say to the people that they have to vote for this person? And I'm like, I'm not Bob Marley. I want to sing love songs. Fuck you. What are you going to say to your grandchildren? Yo. And you get depressed very fast, very, very fast, because all of a sudden you have all these strangers that they want you to know their opinion, their negative opinion. And they feel that it's important that they tell you that they don't like you. Listen, if I don't like somebody or if I don't like a product, I'm not going to Instagram to find a person, lose 5 minutes of my life that are precious 5 minutes to go and tell somebody, I hate that new song. I hope you die. What's wrong with people? When I don't like somebody, if I don't like somebody's work because I don't know that person, I cannot like that like or not like that person. I don't know that person, right? If I didn't feel moved by somebody's work, I listen to something else. But there's a lot of people who were born on the internet. They believe that if they like something, they have to lick your ass, put their tongue deep in it, and if they don't like it, they have to insult you. And that's the only way they learn. Listen, if people act the way they act on the internet, in the real life, in the streets, they would be punched the fuck in their mouth.